Okay, so if you are new to email marketing, here are the 4 big moving parts behind every email so you can learn this, master this, and have every email convert and get sales. So let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Matias Parelli. I'm the founder of Email Engineers. We help 7 to 9 figure e-commerce brands sell more with email marketing. So let's get started. So 4 big parts, starting with the subject line. So the subject line, the job of the subject line is to get people to open our emails. And after all, no opens means no sales, right? That's why most email marketers will say the subject line is the most important part of the email. But between you and me, it's not quite like that. Yes, at the big scale, the job of the subject line is to get people to open our emails. But that doesn't mean we should focus on getting the highest possible open rates. That doesn't mean we should optimize for opens, but for qualified opens. That is people who are opening our emails with buying intention. There's a big difference between optimizing for how big of an open rate can we get to, okay, how big of an opens can we get, but measuring for sales. After all, we've done this, we've tested in the past, and we've tested 2 different subject lines. And at the end of the day, we chose one that didn't have the highest open rate, but lead to the higher sales. And that is subject lines that lead to a qualified open, right? So the opposite approach, optimizing for opens, is just using clickbaity lines, right? That will get you high opens. That won't get you higher sales necessarily, not the highest possible, right? So keep that in mind. If you're A/B testing your subject lines, measure for sales rather than for opens, right? If you're using Klaviyo or any other platform, it's very easy to do so. So that is the subject line. That is the subject line. You're probably familiar with that. But then we have the preheader. So the preheader is what's shown to the right or bottom, depending on your device, of the subject line. So if you're on desktop, this right here, so this gray text is the preheader. If you're on mobile, it's going to be underneath the preheader, underneath the subject line, sorry. And looks like this. So it's an additional piece of real estate. So we want to be smart about it, because if we leave empty, it looks like this, right? So like the links inside. So not really useful, doesn't really do much as helping someone open the email or move our cause forward. So this is no bueno, amigo. What we want to do is place together with the subject line to increase the chances we get a qualified open. So this means setting the right emotional or psychological frame, giving extra info if our subject line is already too crowded, and also using spammy words that will get filtered in the subject line. And by this I mean anything that an email provider like Gmail, Yahoo, whatever, will consider promotional, such as sell, buy now, 20% off, and so on. So if you use that on your subject lines, it's more likely that your email is going to get sent to the promotional folder rather than the primary or the notification folder. So normally we leave this to the preview line, and that's how our emails perform better. Next, that's a preheader. Then we have the sender's name. So the sender name is the from field that's shown in an email, like this, right? In this case, this is a brand called Earth and Soil. In e-commerce, there are usually 3 main sender names types that we use. We use as an agency. We have the brand name. The example I just show you, that's super straightforward. And we use this on 50% of the emails that we send. And normally, when sending beautiful designed emails, like from the brand, it makes sense. But for emails that do not have like a face behind, we use the character. And this is where the email comes from the founder or someone within the brand, such as the customer success manager, whatever. And it looks like this: John at XYZ. So John at Earth and Soil. Feels more personal. And we use this one mostly on text-based emails, which have a more personal feeling to them. And don't worry, I have a video where I explain text-based emails and the whole strategy. But that is the second type of from name, or the sender name. And finally, we have the wildcard. And this one, honestly, is more advanced. So if you're new to your marketing, beware of using this. In Klaviyo, you can set your sender names to literally anything you want. Again, I say Klaviyo because that's what our clients use. They are mostly 7 to 9 figure brands, and Klaviyo is just the most powerful app there is. And in Klaviyo, you can send your sender name to literally anything you want. This means your emails could look like this in the inbox, assuming they are all coming from the same brand. So assuming these are like the same emails right here from Heart and Soil. Assuming that we are playing with the from name, we could change it in Klaviyo very easily, so it looks like this: emergency, beef rocks, right? Whatever. Heart and Soil promo, story time, papaya powder, whatever. We can change that. And as you can see, this get a lot of attention. Imagine you are scrolling your inbox and you saw emergency, like in this from line. You will have to stop and read it, or at least read the subject line, if not the entire email, to see what is going on. But honestly, and this is why I say these are like more advanced, they are in a gray line, so they can get you flagged and penalized if you overdo this. So use them with care. That's all I can say. And honestly, consider using this, especially if you're newer to email marketing, around the holidays, like big holidays where the email inbox is like more crowded, like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, to stand out, right? I mean, you can get away with one of these like every few months anyway. And next, so we have the subject line, the preheader, the sender name, and finally, of course, what is inside the email, the content inside. And by content, I mean literally everything that's inside the email. So from the text or the copy to the images inside the emails. So that's too much to cover, but here are some guidelines, some tips to create emails that sell. First, compelling visuals. So we have outperformed previous clients' emails by 30% by simply making the emails more beautiful and more engaging. So if you can afford it, get your emails designed by someone talented. There's a huge return investment there. Again, 30% increase. Imagine that for every single email that you send, just by making the email more beautiful, more engaging, right? Even if you're not that into design, you can probably spot on like a bad email from a good email, and you know the difference and the difference that it can make. Next, content hierarchy. So hierarchy means the layout of the information within an email. In simple words, it's designing your email in a way that the eye can easily follow and the brain can easily understand and process what is going on. For example, a common practice is designing emails in a V shape to lead the eye towards the call to action. So this is to make the brain understand what's going on very easily. So let's find an example. So example of a V shape could be this right here, right? So this is a V shape. You can say like it's shaped as a V. The most important part, the subject line, that's the headline. You have another piece of text underneath that's not as important. And let's finally say this is our call to action. As a V shape, it's super easy for the brain to understand what's more important, right? So that is content hierarchy. And finally, the final pillar of the content inside is copy. So the text that's inside. And we want to make this persuasive. So every single word that you say inside an email matters. So again, if you can afford it, get your emails written by a skilled copywriter. So we have gotten improvements in 3 to 4 times more sales by using better copy. So the same type of email, so this was for a text-based email inside a cart abandonment sequence. So the same type of email, so someone abandoning their cart, but just by sending an email with better copy, same offer, right? So no discount, just getting them to recover the cart. By sending a more compelling email, a more persuasive email, we got 4 times more sales. So this is the impact of copy in email marketing. And when you combine that with compelling visuals, you're unstoppable. So that's it. So honestly, pretty simple. Those are the moving parts. So if you're new to email marketing, this is what you should look for whenever testing new things. So the variables you can play this, all right? You can play with. So you have the subject line, the preheader, the sender name, and then the content inside. So those are the moving pieces. If you are more seasoned in email marketing, you can. So this acts as a nice reminder for you. And now, if you want to learn more about email marketing strategies, tactics, join Email Moneytopia, my daily email where I share more strategies, tactics like this. If you're in e-commerce and you want to learn every day something you can implement to increase your sales, join right here, scan this code, or go to the description of this video. The link is gonna be right there, and you'll get a nice surprise bonus when you sign up. All right, so that's for today.